Welcome to the Canadian Business Quarterly podcast, where we speak with Canada's most influential industry leaders on the business and economic development issues taking place across the country. You can stay up to date with all of our content, including our publications, newsletters, and podcasts by visiting www.thecbq.ca and clicking on subscribe.
Today's guest is Australian Securities Exchange listed company Ansarada CEO Sam Riley. Sam's vision is to help millions of businesses raise and protect their potential so that they can grow sustainably and have a positive impact. Ansarada is doing this through leveraging all its experiences from running more than 30,000 deals like M&A, capital raising, and other deals across the globe into helping clients operate better with easy-to-use software as a service solution for areas of board governance, risk, compliance, and ESG reporting. Ansarada was established with just $30,000 in capital and is now a publicly listed company, ASX AND. More than 500,000 professionals use Ansarada's platform, and it has been a winner of the Great Place to Work Awards for 11 consecutive years. Sam is passionate about leadership, simplicity, challenging the status quo, and serving those less fortunate. He has pledged 1% of Ansarada's equity, time, and product to the Adara Group, a unique organization working to improve the lives of women and children from Nepal and Uganda living in extreme poverty. Sam, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So take us through the origins of Ansarada and what this unique business name means.
Yeah, so the name Ansarada is a formation of the four founders, our names. So there's Andrew, Sam, Rachel, and Daphne. So it's the first two letters there. We put it together, looked it up in Google to make sure it didn't mean dead grandmother in Spanish or something. And it was all good. So unique name, but Rachel is my sister actually, and she was working for KPMG preparing a company to be sold, and Andrew was the chief information officer at that company. Daphne was the financial controller, and during that process they had to get due diligence information ready, which was very stressful and a nightmare, and they discovered all these issues in the business. Then they went live to disclose that information to potential buyers who would now. This was in 2005, and what used to happen is buyers would do physical due diligence, meaning they would fly into the location, go into a room, trawl through mountains of documents in paper format. So the advisors at the time said, "Oh, look, you should get a virtual data room because it's going to be quicker and cheaper, and you get a bit more control." So Andrew ended up building one on his own for that particular deal. And as the deal completed, they thought, gee, there must be a business in this. So that's when they called me in, because Andrew's a Russian software engineer and Rachel and Daphne are accountants. So they needed someone with sales, marketing, entrepreneurial skills to join them. So the four of us got together, and our mission was really, there's a lot of time and stress involved in these deals for not only the corporate, but the lawyers, the accountants, the bankers. They're all working around the clock. There's a lot of risk. There's a lot on the line. They're running their business at the same time as doing this deal. So our original goal was to just make life easier for those people, like save them some time, reduce some stress, give them some analytics to make a confident decision. And, that's what we did for many years.
That's a pretty good overview of the origins of the organization. So now as a business, do you want to take us through the suite of products that you have on offer?
Yeah. So I guess running, we're very curious and we stick close to our customers and their problems. And after many years of doing hundreds of thousands of, capital raising, M&A deals, and just seeing the gaps that due diligence illuminates in a business, and it's often too late to fix them in a few weeks or a month. That's where our mission started to, and we'd see a lot of businesses fail or really get an adverse outcome, or, to be honest, there are some investors and advisors out there that would take advantage of those gaps in a company to serve their own needs. And that never sat well with me. I thought, gee, if these companies were more aware and prepared, and some of these gaps, they could be made easier to, improve their day-to-day operations, that would make a huge difference to their potential, and that would protect them from adverse things and help them, grow sustainably. So that's where we started diving into like governance and risk and compliance, because usually it's those things that are neglected in a company's day-to-day operations, but they're so important. And then the trends, as you know, like there's just more risk and more compliance activity coming down on
Yes.
companies. It's getting more complex as well as voluminous, and people have been managing it on spreadsheets, and it's just not sustainable. And it's almost like a hidden tax that if they don't fix it today, they're going to have to pay it later anyway. So yeah, so that's where we started building products for people to do governance, risk, and compliance. We made a couple of acquisitions, and another area our products used in is to help major infrastructure delivery, where if you're going to build a new airport or a public rail system, there's a big tender process that goes out for people to do that and operate it. There's a lot of due diligence, a lot of questions. It has to be a fair and equitable process. So all of the functionality we built for people to do that in M&A, we extended that into tendering and procurement, particularly in high value, high risk projects. So we do trillions of dollars of major infrastructure delivery runs on our platform as well, which is a very fast growth area of the economy.
I feel a little bit like we're talking about more the common issues that businesses face and what you solve for them. So that was going to be my next question. But just in terms of the platform itself, are there sort of five major things that you tend to solve on behalf of clients through your software as a service?
Yes. So yeah, we've got a deals product. So you can use that if you're an acquisitive company. You can use it to do targeted acquisitions and the integration work. So post-merger, there's a lot of integration of companies. So we've got an excellent workflow tool that helps companies do the integration. Obviously, if you're raising capital, like debt-based equity, you're doing an IPO, you're going to sell an asset, that's our deals product, runs all of that capital markets software for deals. Then we have a board product for board governance. So board meetings, but not just the board meetings, you've got audit and risk committees, remuneration committees. So all of the committee management and board management, we've got a product that brings all that together. And then we have a specific product to help you do risk and compliance and also ESG management and reporting as well. So they're the major products we have on top of the tenders product, which is for high value, high risk procurement activity.
Are you unique in the space, or is there something that you think makes your software platform different to maybe others who are competing for the same business?
No, we are very unique. There's no one company that does all the things I just said on one platform. There are individual solutions within each of those categories. I think what makes us unique is we've looked at the problem holistically, and we're really obsessed about, I would say, our core customers, the C-suite. If I had to pick one, even though we've got hundreds of thousands of customers or users on the platform, it would be the CFO. And if I had to really narrow down our market, it's the mid-market company or lower middle market where they're growing. The CFO is not only running finance, but this company may not yet have a risk and compliance officer. They might not have formalized a lot of things, and all of these things are sitting on the CFO's plate. So, those companies are our overall target market, because we give them the software capability and automation that can often help them, when they need it, instead of having to hire 10 people.
And since listing on the Australian Securities Exchange, or here in Australia, the ASX under code AND, Ansarada's value has steadily been climbing. Would you like to take us through some of the milestones that have led to this stock success?
Yeah, like we've been listed for just over a year, and we've reported, 5 or 6 times to the market, and every single time we've consecutively improved our revenue, our customer growth, and most recently we just hit record levels of profitability as well. So, we're trading 50% revenue growth year on year. We had a 19% EBITDA margin on top of that. So yeah, we're in a great shape. But the milestones that led to it were solving customer problems, which they see valuable, and then expanding our customers into all those solutions that I spoke about.
Yep.
So the major strategy we have there as well is to offer everything in bite-sized chunks. Like you can use one module, one feature at a time when you have that problem, and we make that use initially free. So there's no risk for the customer to use any part of our product. And as they see value in it, they can convert it into a paid customer. So that freemium strategy, combined with modularizing the products and making use of the deal flow we get, because every single deal we do exposes us to at least 15 other organizations
Right.
involved in that deal. So
Okay.
it's a tremendous expansion channel for us.
And so what become the medium to longer term goals moving forward?
Well, the long-term goal is we want millions of businesses operating with a high degree of confidence and growing sustainably and having a massive impact. And we want to do that by helping them with all of their governance, risk, and compliance needs. We want to bring a killer ESG solution to the market, like environmental, social, and governance management, and also being able to express your capability in that to the market is increasingly important for companies, and there's not many solutions out there at all, and the ones that are very complex. So we want to make that easy for companies, and that's going to lead us to keep doubling our customers, doubling our revenue and profit. But we're really obsessed about the customer and making their life easier.
Okay. And before we finish today, Sam, is there anything else that you haven't had a chance to address, or other announcements that you'd like to discuss?
No, I think I just really recommend everyone to, dive on our website, and there's ansarada.com/TV, and we've got 2 to 3 minute little films around our customers where we highlight their journey and their pains, and they tell their story in their own language. So if a lot of this work that we do is foreign to you, just check out some of those videos, and you'll hear from various people's experience and also what the value we bring to them.
Excellent. Well, Sam, thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks very much, Jess.
This has been a production of the Canadian Business Quarterly, a division of Romulus Rising Proprietary Limited. All rights reserved. You can stay up to date with the Canadian Business Quarterly, including our publications, newsletters, and podcasts by visiting www.thecbq.ca and clicking on subscribe.